Hello everyone, today I'll be talking about some tips and tricks you can do to decrease the time that you need to spend to level from 70 and all the way up to level 80. By following the different steps that I'm about to show you, you should also be able to get ahead of the pack and therefore have a more enjoyable leveling without too much competition for the different quest items and monsters. One of the most important things to prepare in the pre-patch is to complete 25 quests, but you don't hand them in until the day you will be able to level. By preparing something like this, you should be able to reach level 71 1 or 2 hours faster compared to someone who didn't do this. And the faster you can reach level 71, the faster you will also be able to go to a new zone where people at level 70 can't pick up any quest. And then you will be able to quest without too much competition. What you should also be doing is to stack up on consumables. For example, some of the different food buffs. Everything counts here, and the faster you will be able to kill a target, the faster you will also be able to level. That's why you should also consider buying some of the different scrolls. All of them will increase your character's performance for 30 minutes. Also remember to buy some flasks. These will last for 2 hours and even persist through death. Also remember to use potions, for example one of these 3 when you use your cooldowns to take down an elite monster. Another potion that I find quite handy is the swiftness potion. I like to use these when I need to hand in or pick up different quests, in areas where I can't use my mount. In Northrend, there's also a few quests where you either need to swim around, pick up different items or kill objects. That's why I like to use the swim speed potion to increase my speed by 100%, useful if I need to get to an object before another player. The last potion I like to use is an invisibility potion, allowing me to skip monsters and that way also get to an object or an area without having to kill these targets. In the end, I'll save a lot of time and that way also be able to get to the second part of the quest before everyone else. If you have leveled engineering, then I highly recommend you to craft the parachute cloak, but also the rocket boots. These two you can combine together and use them to travel fast. In Tanaris, you can also complete a quest chain where you will in the end be able to buy these elixirs. They have a chance to either make you small, turn you into a skeleton, and even reduce your fall speed. When you combine these things together, you will be able to travel for a far distance in next to no time. And in Northrend, there's a lot of different locations where you can take advantage of this. In Howling Fjord, the Horde questing hub is for example located far down, and therefore they will definitely benefit from this trick. If you're questing in Borean Thundra and would like to get to Howling Fjord, or the other way around, then you can easily do this. In Borean Thundra, you can go to this location where you can take this boat. This boat will then take you to a new destination where you will be able to find a second boat. This boat will then take you to Howling Fjord, and now you have easily swapped between the two zones. An important thing to do when you do this trick is to also make sure you pick up the different flight locations. Then you don't have to wait for the boat any longer and you will just be able to fly. But if you miss the second flight point, so the one in Dragonblight, then you will not be able to fly from Howling Fjord to Borean Thundra or the other way around. Because there's going to be so many different people leveling in Northrend, then monsters will most likely also be spawning so fast. If this happens, then you might also accidentally ninja pull something, and therefore I highly recommend you to also have some super healing potions to make sure you don't die. Some of you might also be leveling in a group with another player. If one of you is a mage, then I highly recommend you to be in a duel. That way you will be able to sheep each other, and this will allow you to regen full health in next to no time. As a warrior, you can also spell reflect this, and then the mage will be polymorphed and regen 100% health. Another way to regen health, even in combat, is to make sure you level up your first aid. First aid you can use in combat to make sure you don't die, and you will also be able to recover a lot faster, and that way be able to kill targets but also level faster. Another important thing to do before the next expansion is to make sure you level up your weapon skills. That way you will be able to choose a new weapon, so let's say you're using a sword, but you can choose a better mace, then you don't need to spend time in Wrath of the Lich King leveling your weapon skills, and this will in the end also increase your leveling speed. A pretty obvious thing to do, but I still need to highlight, is to make sure that you log out in an inn to get rested experience. Another important thing to prepare is to make sure you have at least 1000 gold, because by the time that you reach level 77, you can learn cold weather flying, allowing you to fly around on your flying mount in Northrend. This will be so useful because some of the higher level areas in Northrend where you will most likely end up questing will require you to have a flying mount in order to get to the areas where you need to do the quest. If you're still watching, then I also have a little trick for you. In Storm Peaks in Cave 3, you will be able to get a flying mount even without flying skill. You can speak to this goblin as Horde and Alliance to pick up a lone flying mount. The bad thing about this mount is that it's only 150% flying speed, so you will not be able to take advantage of your epic flying mount. The good thing, however, is that you don't need cold weather flying, and if you have already learned cold weather flying, then you will not be able to speak to this goblin and get the mounts. But yeah, that's also about it for this video. If you haven't already watched my preparation video or my dungeon leveling guide in Wrath of the Lich King, then make sure to check those out. As always, thank you for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.